Hi guys, it's Annette, and I have a story time for you. Do you want to tell everybody how we met? You love me, don't you? If this video popped up for you, you might have been searching for keywords that I have experienced lately, and I just want to share my journey and tell my story of adopting an older cat. I made a bunch of notes for this one. First of all, I have always had cats in my life. I'm a crazy cat lady, but I've also had a lot of firsts with adopting Jacob. It's the first time I've ever adopted an older cat. And prior to being at the Humane Society, he was never fixed prior to this. Never had an orange cat. I've never had a cat that has had like a flat face, kind of like some kind of Persian mixed. I've never had adopted a cat that had been sick before. So there's a lot of stuff I'm going to go through that might help you. Or if there's anything, because I'm still learning, you can tell me in the comments. As I was saying, my whole life, I've always had cats, but I've always gotten them as kittens. If I've found them or bought them off someone online that like their cat had too many kittens, they had to get rid of them from the Humane Society. But I always made sure I got them fixed at 3 months or if they weighed enough. It is very important to get your cats and dogs spayed and neutered. Unfortunately, there's just not enough homes for all these kittens on the streets. There are a lot of diseases they can catch like FIV, and it's just really important to get your pets spayed and neutered. If you follow me, you might be aware that I lost my cat, the love of my life, Thomas, last year. He was 16 years old, and he was my life, sad enough, but he was my heart, and he'll always be in my heart. So I kind of wasn't even looking for a cat. I kind of was. I do have another cat, Grayson, but he's kind of my roommate's cat. I love Grayson. I'm located in Arizona, and our Humane Society is still doing COVID rules. When you go in, you have to make an appointment, so it's more official. You have to kind of have a pet in mind. Instead, like before, you could go on the weekends and just look around. I used to always go to the Humane Society on the weekends and then realize it was a bad idea because now my heart's broken and I'm crying. So out of the blue, I started looking at the Humane Society website every day because I just wanted to see, what was coming in. And I have never had an orange cat before, and I've been getting an itching about orange cats. And then all of a sudden, I shit you not, I see this face online. And like my heart just sinks. And I'm like, I need your face in my life. Like in my head, I was thinking now's not the right time to get this pet. I wasn't sure if I was moving or not. My apartments were being big assholes and they didn't even know that my other cat died. And I didn't even want to talk to them. I saw this cat and I just got in the weirdest depression where like I wasn't showering. I wasn't putting on makeup. I was just moping for a week and I would check every day about this cat. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to make an appointment to go see Goldie. His name at the time was Goldie. Even in the videos, you could tell I look like hell, like when I got him, because I didn't care about how I smelt, how I looked for a week. Because I'm like, every day that goes by, someone might get him.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm not going to do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not going to do it. I did it.
He is so much cuter in person, his little face and his nose, and he kind of sounds like a little piggy because he's always like sniffing, but he's so cute. And then he just came running up to me when they put me in the room, and he just started holding me. And I've never had a cat that has been so monkey baby like that just wants to like hold on you. And I'm like, what? This is a miracle. Okay, so on his papers, it said he has gingivitis and he has like a sinus infection or was getting over a sinus infection. When I saw him, he had some mocos, which is snot in Spanish, and his eyes were running that had this like orangish, reddish discharge kind of thing. And I asked the kid that was helping us at the Humane Society. He said it was normal because he's a flat-faced cat. Just remember, he said that he thought it was a normal. So a lot of this stuff I thought was normal for a while, even though in the back of my head, I I'm pretty sure I didn't think that. I know a lot of animals at the Humane Society get that cough or get sick when they're at the pound or Humane Society because of all the other cats and dogs and infections. But I'm pretty sure that this cat was sick before, he even came. Because, I mean, it was on that he had a sinus infection the day he was there. But he even did have to get fixed and stuff. So he was there for at least a day or two longer. I think that's why he got sent to the Humane Society, because someone couldn't care for him because he wasn't fixed either. And they're saying that Jacob is 5. I tried to get more information from the Humane Society about more background, where he came from and his previous owners, but all that they had is that someone turned him in because they had to move and they could no longer have a cat. But in my head, that just sounds like the simplest excuse to come up with if you can't afford or take care of a cat. So I decided to take Jacob home. And I didn't bring a carrier because I really didn't think I was going to bring him home. I just wanted to meet him. But I didn't know he was going to be a snuggle bug. And I didn't know he was going to love me too. So they put him in a box. And then this is springtime in Arizona. Right now it's like 110, 115. It was well into hundreds at this time. I've had him for 2 months. So I have never had a male cat that sprays because I fix my pets as kittens. So I've never had to deal with that. I have smelled spray before from other people's cats, and the smell makes me want to throw up, and I wouldn't be able to live around that smell. So on the way home, the cat is a little upset in a cardboard box. Obviously, I would be upset as well. A smell comes over the car. It is that skunky smell of a male cat spray. And in my head, because you have like 90 days you can return the cat, in my head I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to have to get rid of him, because I also don't know anything about cat spraying. The previous owner didn't fix the cat as a kitten, so now he has bad boy habits, as what they call it. Well, that's what I thought. But trust me, the story gets better with the whole spraying situation. That doesn't become a problem. So normally, I freak out and I look up everything about spraying on YouTube that I can find. I order a bunch of crap from Amazon. I order that Nature's Miracle. I ordered 2 black lights. I found uses for this stuff, don't worry. Hi guys, Editing Annette here. I wanted to jump on here because I didn't say why I bought the black lights. Just in case anyone doesn't know, if you get a black light or a UV light, you can shine it and like urine, pet urine will glow. So if you smell anything for a puppy or a kitten, you can get a UV light and you can spot places they might have urinated. But my cat didn't urinate anywhere in my place. So now I just have some black lights. Look at Jacob sleeping. He's so cute. Really quick, I want to jump in here and let you know what I use the black lights for. So when I do my nails, I just do like a regular nail polish, and then I put a clear coat of gel on top, and then I just like, because like my nail thing it's not always the best. So like, I use it for my nails. So it's... All right, so there's some stuff I want to talk about that I found out and learned about cat spray, male cat spray. Some stuff I learned at the vet, and then some stuff I learned online. There's 2 types of cat spraying. We know male cats do it to mark their territory, so they can spray down, like when they're urinating, or they can spray it more horizontal, like at a wall or at something. So it could come like they can spray this wall or like down. And when a male cat is fixed, he will only be able to spray for 6 months. It might not even obviously be the full 6 months. How one of the vets explained it to me is there's no more product on the shelf. They're just trying to get rid of what's left in their body. Their body can no longer make that chemical that makes it that smell. So how I like to think about it, let's say you have a water gun and one day you thought it would be fun to put juice in your water gun. Don't act like you haven't done that, okay? So you put some fruit punch in your water gun and you start spraying it in your mouth. But then you're like, well, I want to use it as a water gun again. So then you put water in it and you kind of have to keep spraying it in your mouth, to get the rest of the fruit punch out, to like, clean that out before that's how I kind of think of what it probably is like. My metaphors are the best. Come here, Jacob. So when I adopted Jacob, he was fixed. I think they gave him his rabies shots there, and then it came with one free vet visit that you would have to do within the first few weeks, which is very important. Take advantage of that if your Humane Society does that. I've heard when you introduce two new cats to each other that you should lock one in a room, let them get used to each other's smell, introduce them slowly. I don't believe in that, but don't take my advice. I just think that would raise the anxiety of both cats and make the meeting even more stressful than it has to be. So I just let them meet. I have 2 very large litter boxes. I should have 3 litter boxes probably, but I don't have room for it. So what I noticed is I had a faint smell in both litter boxes of cat spray the first few days, probably like, let's say the first week. And I can't do that smell, but it was very faint. So I was cleaning the litter boxes each day, and then come the weekend, I was bleaching the whole litter box. And then I eventually stopped bleaching the litter box because I'm like, I don't smell it anymore. I think he's used to us. I bought all the black lights, and I kept checking, was he spraying anywhere else? I wasn't smelling it anywhere else, but I was just checking. I don't see anything else. He's not spraying anywhere else. I sprayed this in the litter box after I clean it out completely. I don't know if that helps or anything. I don't even smell the spray anymore. But that's not the end of the spray story. So by this point, the cat is sneezing a lot. His eyes are running a lot. He's sneezing anywhere from 10 to 20 times a day. And they're not little sneezes. They're like these sneeze fits. And I didn't get any film or pictures of the snot that would come out of his nose. But trust me, if you're dealing with this, I'm talking about all your snot. All your snot, you little snotty boy. So this snot would come out of his nose, and it would be, I'm sorry, this is going to be graphic. So it's pretty gross. You might want to skip it. So the snot would be so big, and it would come out of his nostril, and he'll sneeze until he gets this rock snot out. And it at first was like an orangey reddish color, and then it would still have like goopy snot. Like, I don't know how it came out of his nose because his nose is so small. I have huge nostrils, and it didn't even look like it could possibly fit out of my nose. But that's what would come out 10 to 20 times a day. And I'm following this cat around. I have these organic pet wipes because afterwards his face would just be covered. And then so I'm trying to look for the big snot lodged, and it would either be on the wall or the carpet, and then I would have to clean up his face. So I'm constantly cleaning up this cat. He's pissed off. This is such a gross video. So finally I take Jacob to his first vet visit. On the way to the vet, there's something in the air. I'm picking up a smell in the car. It's spray again. Like, Jacob doesn't like the car, okay? Thank goodness the cat carrier I've been using is extremely old and I need a new one, but I'm not going to get rid of this old one until I know that he's done sprayed in the car. So at the first visit, I learned that Jacob has cat herpes. And when a lot of people hear that, they freak out. But then I am told that most cats have cat herpes. And humans can't catch it, obviously. And it's when they're stressed, it will flare up, which will make their eyes water, and cold-like symptoms, sinuses, sneezing. I was worried that my cat Grayson would catch it. And then the vet said 90% of cats have it. Grayson probably already has it. So at that visit, he needed to get his respiratory virus shot, but first we wanted to do a shot of antibiotics to try to kick the sinus infection in the butt. And we also tested him for FIV, which is Cat HIV, like more like AIDS, that's a little bit more extreme. If your cat has that, you don't want them to be around other cats that don't have it. Thank goodness Jacob was negative for FIV. So we did a round of antibiotics, and then I made an appointment for 2 weeks later to see if it would clear up. So with the first antibiotic shot, he did get a little bit better. The stuff coming out of his eyes wasn't orange red. It was more clear now. He was still having snot, but it was more of a green color, not that reddish color, rust color anymore. He was sneezing less, but he was still sneezing those big. I wish I took a picture, because like if you're experiencing it, I know you probably think no one believes you because it's so big. Any Hoosers, he's sneezing less, but he still has those big mocos coming out, like he still has snot. His eyes are still watering and puffy around the eyes, not as much, and the color's green instead of red. I'm about to go grocery shopping, and last time I bought ramen, I brought the box home. Jacob loves the box, just like Garfield. But he also likes to eat the box, if you can see by the corners. So I'm going to go to the grocery store and see if I can find any other box for him. Okay, you got 2 new boxes. We could throw that one away. Are you going to try them? So then we go to our second vet appointment, and they ask how he's doing. I'm like, oh, he's doing so much better. The snot is less, and it's not red anymore. Now it's green, and his eyes are watering less. Yeah, I think it's normal, because in my head, I'm thinking flat-faced cat. The guy said it was normal, And then the vet's all, no, green is not normal. Green means there's still an infection. If he's sneezing he still has an infection. So we do a double shot. Well, the second dose of antibiotics again. We go ahead and do the respiratory shot, and then I get 2 prescriptions I have to fill, one being eye drops that are kept in the fridge. So think of cold eye drops in your eye twice a day. And a medicine that has to be injected in his mouth. Not injected like with a needle, just like syringe, hold him down. Yeah, so fun times for the next month. And then on the way home from the vet, we're almost home, and then I get that smell again. I'm like, okay, so the only time that Jacob sprays is in the car, in the carrier. So I'm hoping he's not going to have a vet appointment in the next 6 months, hopefully. So I hope it's something I don't have to deal with anymore. I'll buy a new carrier and we could be done with it, but who knows? So now for the next 15 days, I have to do 2 drops of eye drops in his eyes, and I have to give him medicine morning and night in the mouth as well for a month. So one is for 15 days, one is for a month. Now, I'm not afraid of cats. When you play with cats, they try not to bite you or scratch you too hard because they know you're playing. Sometimes they do scratch you too hard when they get too excited. But if you're trying to put eye drops in a cat's eyes or give a cat medicine, plus he hates when I say medicine. He runs off. Medicine. So if you're ever trying to give a cat eye drops or medicine, they're going to try to scratch you and bite you till the death because they're trying to get out of the situation. I'm not afraid of those kind of situations because, yeah, it's going to hurt, but not for long. It's a cat. I know what's right. He hated the eye drops the most, and I don't blame the poor baby. It's cold. It's from the fridge, so I would have to hold him down. But those eye drops worked so good. As soon as I used them, his eyes stopped watering. But I think that's something that I am going to have to deal with the flat-faced cat. Their eyes do. Just make sure it's clear, and they do get, watery around the eyes often. Just make sure you always clean it up for them so they don't get stains or anything. I do not know the names of these prescriptions, so I do apologize, but the eye drops did help with the puffiness around his eyes. And then the first time I gave him the medicine orally, I was about to give him the syringe, and then he kicked it back into my face. I tasted it the first time I gave it to him. So each time I gave it to him, I felt so bad. It said it was flavored like chicken and marshmallow, And it had the grossest smell. I had to like, every time I gave it to him, I wanted to throw up just because I knew what it tastes like. And it tastes bad. It tastes like a bad chemical, but like it had this numbing feeling. Like as soon as it hit my mouth, like it hit my tongue and like my lip, and like it went numb. But then this bad taste was there. Oh my goodness. He had to do that every morning, every night for 30 days. I think I filmed the last time he had it because I was so excited that I was actually able to do it for the full 30 days. You're okay, baby. You're okay. I know. You're almost done. It's your last one. Yay! At this point, it's bad cop and good cop with me and my roommate, and the cat's not very fond of me because I'm over here freaking doing horrible stuff to him. At this point, the cat's kind of aggressive with me. He's sweet with me and cuddles with me when he's like sleepy, but when I was giving him medicine, like he would scratch me a lot because he's like, "What do you want? What are you gonna do to me?" And I don't blame him, but now I'm not giving him the medicine. He is all better. So he's not as aggressive with me anymore, and he's being much sweeter, and it's like warming my heart. So after the 2 doses of antibiotics, the eye drops, and the medicine for 30 days, he is actually all better. He probably does sneeze maybe once a day, but nothing ever comes out. Like it's just like a regular sneeze. His eyes still water. He's being much sweeter to me. He's getting along with us. Introducing him to like Grayson and my roommate and me was never really hard. That wasn't the hard part because he loves to play. He's very sweet. He's kind of aggressive when he plays, but he's getting better with that. But it wasn't a bad introduction. It was just more of all the medical stuff, him not being fixed, and him having his little cold and all the medicine. That was the troubling part. Cats get along so well. Grayson is on the softer side, so he gets bullied sometimes by Jacob. But Grayson, I mean, it's his fault. He doesn't stand his own. He's like, oh, he's like a little shy boy, but they love playing. They sleep with each other. I've heard that orange cats are crazy, and that is true. Like when he's up and awake, he just wants to play. And then when it's time to sleep or chill on the couch, he could be the biggest snuggle bug and just like hold you and put his arms around you. And when he purrs, he just sounds like a little piggy all the time. He truly is just like the best fit for me. And I think it was just like meant to be for me to find him. That's why I was so sad. Because he's just so cool. He's like Garfield. Like he's a dick during the day, but when it's time to like watch TV at nighttime, he's all chill. I don't know. I love him. I adore him. But if you have any information for me, because I mean, I've only had him for 2 months. I have no experience with a cat that has a flatter face, or orange cats, or a cat that has been fixed later in life. Let me know if there's any warnings or anything that might help me out, please, down below, because this is still very new to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. It really does help me out, and I'll see you in the next one. Boy, 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 boy.